Hunter Biden. So the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, released a third report this morning, that says the Biden family received more than $20 million from Russian and Kazakhstani oligarchs. You say that 5 times. Kazakhstani oligarchs. Just from them, $20 million. Okay, China, Romania, the others. So I estimate it's between 30 and 40 million now that the Biden family grifted. Well, I say grifted because they didn't do anything for the money. Now, we explained yesterday that Joe Biden could be charged under the RICO Act. And if you want to really hear an interesting interview, go to BillO'Reilly.com. And I was on with Sean Hannity on the radio. I do his spot every Wednesday. And I explained to him, all right, what we told you yesterday. There is a federal law against all this. You can't do this. If you're a vice president or a senator or a congressman, and you can't enter into arrangements, even informally, that benefit your family financially. It's racketeering. There isn't one investigation going on by the Justice Department into Biden's racketeering, alleged racketeering, not one. Now, I wrote a message of the day that said Joe Biden's not going to get away with it, and he won't. And he ought to be studying what happened to Richard Nixon. A message of the day, BillO'Reilly.com. I hope you read it every day. You don't have to be a member. Okay, so today, Comer put out 19 pages documenting all of this. It's true. All of this is true. So your liberal friends, your Democrat friends, if they say it isn't true, just walk away. It's demonstrable. It's provable. The Biden family got between $30 and $40 million from foreign companies for nothing. Okay? What they sold was the influence of Joe Biden as vice president, and Biden lied about it in the campaign. That's a campaign violation. Can't go on a presidential debate and lie about something like this. So if you were the FBI or an honest attorney general, and certainly Merrick Garland's a dishonest man, these charges are much more serious than what Trump's charged with. I'm not exonerating Trump, and there's no whataboutism here, but they're much more serious. Okay, joining us now from Buffalo, New York, is Congressman Nick Langworthy. He is a representative from New York's 23rd District upstate, and he is on the House Oversight Committee. So at this point, Americans, most fair-minded people, know what happened. There's not a lot of dispute. The media ignores it, primarily. They don't really get into it. But talk radio, Fox News, on the internet, it's all over the place. So where is this going, in your opinion, you being a member of the Oversight Committee? Where is it going?
Well, I think we're heading towards an impeachment inquiry. I really think the Speaker of the House has been crystal clear that we don't want to be Nancy Pelosi. We're not going to run a slipshod impeachment process just for the sake of saying the word impeachment. I mean, those Democrats had made the decision to impeach Trump the minute he was in the parade for the inauguration. They knew, they just were looking for the minute to do it. This has been a very methodical investigation by the House Oversight Committee, led by our chairman, James Comer, as you've detailed here. The third memo, the third installation of banking records that have been released. Now we see the oligarchs have shown up in the bank records from Kazakhstan, the Ukraine, Russia. I mean, we have over $20 million in documented transfers.
And that doesn't count China. You're not counting China in that.
China, Romania, there's more and more countries,
right.
But now we're up to 20 million that we have the receipts on. I've personally been down there with many members of the Oversight Committee in the basement of the Treasury Department going through these suspicious activities reports. I mean, and it's just, this has got the makings of one of the biggest scandals in the history of the United States.
There's no doubt about it. I think it is the biggest scandal as far as alleged bribery is concerned. How many people are there on the Oversight Committee? How many Congresspeople?
I think we have somewhere in the high 20s on the Republican side, and there's about 5 less Democrats on the committee.
Okay, so you're talking about 40 representatives on the committee, correct?
It's a big committee, yes.
Okay. Is there one Democrat on the Oversight Committee that has shown any concern about this, that is angry about it, worried about it? Is there one?
I haven't heard that out of anybody's mouth. I mean, Bill, when we had the whistleblowers from the IRS into the committee, I was struck by just the candor they brought to the table, the sincerity, the honesty. They knew their facts. They were passionate, and they cared about the country and loved the country. One was a Democrat, one was a Republican. So these weren't people engaged in partisan politics. And you didn't hear a single person, and I go last, just about last on the committee because I'm a freshman. But listening to all of the Democrats' questions, not a damn one of them had anything to say to defend the Bidens, to refute the claims. It was all Trump, 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 Trump. It had nothing to do with the facts at hand. And
but in your informal conversation, I don't want you to hang anybody on television tonight. I'm not asking you to do that. But you guys talk amongst yourselves, and I mean, you're in a committee and you have snacks and lunch and so. Is there anybody on the Democratic side that is concerned here?
I have not seen one of them crack in terms of wanting
staggering
to see this move forward. It's as staggering as the media blackout.
But it's worse than that, because Congress people are elected to represent the folks. The media wants to make money, and they don't care about the folks at all. All right, not a whit do they care. But your job is to represent the people that live in your district, both Democrat and Republican. All right? And I haven't seen
it seriously. I think we have to have a serious investigation and come out with the facts. We have to be honest.
You have. And so as a judiciary. All right.
And
so
that's
look,
where I think the next step is impeachment inquiry.
Okay.
Is probably where we're heading.
But you're all on vacation now. But I assume you guys are talking amongst yourself on the phone and all of that, right? Okay. So timeline on this. You're back after Labor Day. Committee resumes looking into the allegations about Hunter Biden and his father. And Jim Biden has not been, has not really been scrutinized the way I think he should be. Can I give you one piece of really good information that I hope you act on, Congressman? Because I've been trying to get this story, and I gave it to Senator Cruz, and I gave it to a whole bunch of other people. You know that Matthew Graves is the U.S. Attorney in Washington, correct?
Yes.
You know, and your committee has established in the whistleblower testimony, that Matthew Graves would not help Weiss, the U.S. Attorney in Delaware, investigate Hunter Biden. You know that, right? That's a fact. It's been established.
Right.
Do you know who Graves is married to?
Who is that?
You don't know, right?
Right.
Okay. Her name is Fatima Graves. She's a far-left activist in D.C. Since Joe Biden has been president, Fatima Graves has visited the White House 28 times with no reason for being there. Matthew Graves' office is right next to Attorney General Merrick Garland's office. I would love to see the Oversight Committee subpoena Fatima Graves to come in and explain what she's doing in the White House 28 times and why her husband, and you can subpoena him too, didn't recuse himself from the case instead of just saying, I'm not going to cooperate. This is a big scandal because it ties right back to Merrick Garland and the soft deal Hunter Biden got.
And that's very, very helpful, Bill. And
I hope you can just pull Comer aside. Comer, I think, knows. We had him on a couple of weeks ago. But we've developed this story, my news organization. All right? We didn't take it from anywhere. But all you got to do is say, Mrs. Graves, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. And the visitor logs on the White House show all the time she's what were you doing there? What I think she was doing is she's a conduit from the president to Merrick Garland, because as you know, can't put anything in writing because you can subpoena texts and everything like that. Can't call. All the calls are taped. So you got to have a human being going back and forth. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but in an investigation, you should try to find out, right?
No, it is very helpful, and I'll share this with the staff, with the Oversight Committee, and we'll get to work on asking these questions because
Thank you.
Merrick Garland in his entire office, this needs to be turned upside down. What they tried to pull with the plea bargain with Hunter Biden is just
stunning.
Gross.
And
gross
even
corruption.
at this point, after all of the work of the House Oversight Committee and Judiciary Committee, the FBI still is not investigating anything about all this money wire transfer into the United States. It's almost impossible to believe. Last word.
Well, we are going to continue our work. We're not going to be intimidated by anyone. We're calling out the legacy media every single day and daring them to cover this. I mean, the cover up for this president, I sure hope it's worth it. You know, what consequences that is bringing to this country that they won't put this in the nation's papers or on the nation's news broadcasts.
They're going to get there.
People deserve to know.
They've already lost credibility and all of that, and it's going to break. So please keep in touch with us, Congressman. It's very nice of you to help us out today, but we'd like you to be our point man here, and any information you get, just let us know. We'll throw you back up there, and next time I'm up in upstate New York, I'll drop in to see you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.